Hello class, this is a video tutorial on the division of algebraic fractions. So algebraic fractions, just like what we were doing with all the other fractions, takes its idea from regular fractions. So here we have a regular fraction, so here's 5/8 divided by 3/4. Now the main idea that we're going to be doing actually is if you can just remember this, it's what's applied for all fractions when you divide them. It's going to be keep, change, and flip. Keep, change, flip. Some of you may have heard this, but I actually heard this from one of my students. It's pretty nice way to remember. This is for division of fractions. So dividing fractions. So here we have the division of fractions, 5/8 divided by 3/4. So what this means is we're going to keep this the same. We're going to change the sign into the opposite. So the opposite of divide is multiply. And we're going to flip this. And what this is called is the reciprocal. By that, 4/3. 4/3 is the reciprocal of 3/4. And from here we just do what we did for multiplication of fractions. You just do the top and the top. So 5 times 4 is 20. 8 times 3 is 24. And from the looks of it, we can divide both by 4. So I'm dividing both top and bottom by 4. And that will give us 20 divided by 4 is 5. 24 divided by 4 is 6. So this is the main idea that we're going to be using for even algebraic fractions. So let's take a look at our first algebraic fraction. We have 2a/3 divided by 6b/7. Okay, so we're gonna keep this the same. 2a/3. You're gonna change the sign. We're gonna flip this one over. So 6b/7 is going to now be 7/6b. And just like we did with multiplication again, top times top. So 2a times 7 is 14a. And then 3 times 6 is 18b. And from just looking at it, I can see that they're both even numbers. So I'm going to divide both by 2. Both by 2 there. 14a divided by 2 is 7a. 18b divided by 2 is 9b. Let's take a few more examples here. Example C. Example C, we have 4/5m divided by 10/3m. Keep, change, flip, and keep this one the same. Gonna change the sign. Gonna flip this one over, so it's going to be 3m/10. 4 times 3m is 12m. 5m times 10. Okay, 5m times 10 is 50m. And just looking at it, we can divide both top and bottom by 2 at the very minimum. So divide by 2. Oh, and m. There's m common to both top and bottom. So I'm going to divide by 2m. 12m divided by 2m is only 6. 50m divided by 2 is 25. We have room for a few more. Example D. We have 5pq over 8 divided by 3pr over 2q. Keep, change, flip. Keep this the same. 5pq over 8. I'm going to change the sign and we're going to flip this one, so it's going to be 2q over 3pr. This gets a little complicated now with so many terms, but let's take a look. 5 times 2 is 10. P, well, there's no P on this side, so I'm going to leave it as P. Q times Q, well, that is Q squared divided by 8 times 3 is 24 PR. And from the looks of it, we can divide both of these by 2 at the very minimum. That's with the numbers. And there's a P on the top and a P on the bottom, so we can divide both top and bottom by P. 10 divided by 2 is 5. P divided by P, well, it goes away. Q squared remains because it's not being divided by anything, so Q squared. 24 divided by 2 is 12. P divided by P, that goes away, which leaves us with R. That's our expression there. We have time for a few more, just so we can get the idea going. We'll go for a much harder one. Let's go with something like E. Example E. Let's go for a really hard one now. We'll go with P to the power of 5 Q to the power of 4 divided by 6. Division symbol. P squared Q squared all divided by 9. Okay, so this one here looks fairly complicated. There's lots of indices going on. So, but the method doesn't change. I'm going to keep this the same. Going to make it a little bit neater. P to the power of 5 Q to the power of 4. In frame, yes, it's in frame. Over 6. Change the symbol to a multiplication. 9 is now on top. Divided by P squared Q squared. Okay. Which leaves us with top and top multiplied gives us 9 P to the power of 5 Q to the power of 4 all over 6 P squared Q squared. well, 9 and 6 can be both divided by 3, so dividing by 3. Now there's p in both top and bottom, but the biggest one we can divide by can't be 5, but it can be 2, because there's 5 on this, on 2 on the bottom, so there's at least 2. There's at least 2 here. Same goes for the q. This has 4, so we can't divide by 4, but we can divide by 2. It's the biggest one we can divide by. Okay, so 9 divided by 3 is 3. P to the power of 5 divided by p to the power of 2, well, that's just 5 minus 2, so that will give us p to the power of 3. That's from the index laws. And then q, this one, q to the power of 4 divided by q to the power of 2, well, that's just q to the power of 2. Once again, the index laws. There'll be some video links to here about the index laws on that one. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. Well, then p squared divided by p squared, that goes away. And then q squared divided by q squared, that also goes away. So I'm just going to make this a little bit neater because it's a bit wonky. Well, this is the correct answer. Put in little brackets, that's the correct answer. But I'm just going to make it a little bit neater because I'm a bit OCD like that. P to the power of 3, q to the power of 2, all over 2. Well, I hope that video tutorial helped a little bit. Best of luck.